All right, we're going to take a look at our basic chords, and this is for people who don't know their chords at all. And we're going to talk about chords A through G, and then on the next section series, we're going to be talking about chords A minor through G minor. These are just 14 of your basic chords everyone should know as a guitar player. So let's get started. We're going to get started with our A chord, and we're going to be talking a lot of numbers and frets and numbers of fingers and frets and things. So if you're not familiar with that, please go to my fret video, numbers of fingers and numbers of frets. All right, so let's get started. What we're going to do now on this A chord, this is how it's going to look when we're done. And so on this particular chord, what we're going to do now is we're going to put our first finger on string number 3, 2nd fret. Then we're going to put the second finger on string number 4, 2nd fret. Then we're going to put finger number 3 on string number 3, 2nd fret. Now, as you see, they're all on the 2nd fret. Kind of difficult. And as you may notice, there's a string going in between fingers number 2 and 3, where finger 1's holding down. And what this string is going right in between these two fingers. So if you want to get a close-up right here in this one little area, Roy, you can see where this second finger here and the third finger here are on opposite sides of the first finger here, which means that third string has got to run between those two fingers. Now the A chord is a little bit of a hard chord to play, but should sound like this when you're done. Now what we're going to do, so when I show you these chords, we're going to show you how to play them. This one's 5 strings, and then we're going to show you how to troubleshoot your chords to make sure that you know if you're playing the chord right. So Roy, if you want to get a close-up here of the right hand, what you want to do is you want to play the strings one at a time to make sure the strings ring out. Now, as I just now played this, I noticed when I played this first finger here, I got a little bit of it rubbing on my third finger. So I noticed that, so I have to move my third finger. I already checked it out, and I already noticed that I can finger it more correctly. So that's kind of a tight fit for my big fingers, but I do make it by there. So remember, someone with big fingers can do it, then you can do it. So there's your A chord. It's a basic chord and not the easiest to do. Okay, now going to the next chord, which is B. All right, B is also a basic chord, but this one's a little bit difficult as well. And in your major chords, you're going to have 2 bar chords. One's a B, and the other one's an F. And on this one here, we're going to start off by putting our first finger on string number 5, 2nd fret. And then you're going to take either your third finger, which is what I did when I first started playing guitar, or you're going to take your 4th finger, which I used later when I realized using your 4th finger really is easier. But at first, to build up strength in the pinky, because the pinky is the weakest, takes a little bit of time. So what you're trying to achieve here now is, once again, first finger is on string 5, 2nd fret. And then on the 4th fret, you want to hold 3 strings in a row. On the 4th fret, you want to hold down strings number 4, 3, and 2. So this chord should sound like this. Okay, you're playing 4 strings, the middle 4 strings. And once again, to check yourself, play 1 string at a time to make sure everything's ringing out. And there's your B chord. All right, your next chord is a C chord. Okay, and the C chord is going to start off by putting your first finger on string number 2, 1st fret. You're going to put your second finger on string number 4, 2nd fret, and string 3 on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. This is a 5-string chord, and it should sound like this. Now, once again, double check your chord, because here we have a situation where we have open strings running alongside this first finger here, like the A minor 11 chord if you watched those earlier strum videos. So what's happening is we have a string going by it on the top side, and we have a string going by on the lower side. So that's why you need to have a straight attack. That finger needs to go straight in. All fingers really should be going straight in. Sometimes you can get away with stuff, and you could put a finger on a little bit of an angle, but try not to. Try to always put your finger straight in as much as you can. And as you see, Roy, if you want to get a shot of this, as you may notice, even though my fingers might be a little tweaked here or there, every finger is coming in straight in. Okay, very, very, very important. All right, so now our next chord we're going to talk about is D chord. And the D chord is the only 4-string chord because the root note happens to be the 4th string here. And so this is what this is going to look like. So you start off with the D chord by putting your first finger on string number 3, 2nd fret. Now you're going to take your second finger and put it on string number 1, 2nd fret. Then you're going to take your third finger and put it on string number 2, 3rd fret. Okay? Should look like this right here, and it should sound like this. And once again, play one string at a time, and should sound like that. So there's your D chord. And that's going to be part 1 of our basic chords. So you have A through D. Please now watch part 2 as we finish up the major chords. Thank you. Have a great day and subscribe.